Welcome Aries Ascendant, Aries Rising. This is your March 2020 video. I'm going to talk about the full moon. Happens right at the beginning of the month. I'm also going to be discussing Neptune and the Sun. They literally merge together this month, and you're going to want to know where this happens in your life because it's going to totally affect other people and the way that you relate. But more often, it's going to be more definitely about how they relate to you energetically. So with that, we're going to go and cover all astrology. Neptune dissolves the physical world. The sun is our vitality. The sun is our light. The sun is how we express. Neptune and the sun pairing up together means that the Neptune comes in, it adds the cloud, the illusion, the delusions. It covers up our self in a sense. And when that happens, others come through stronger because a sense of ourself is being veiled. So Neptune and the sun gives us less resistance to substances. It also may make us sleepy. We may sleep longer. Some folks may find that they just have less energy at this time. There is also a merging that goes on. You want to be careful and find out where is 18 degrees Pisces in your chart. This is where the sun and Neptune hook up and stay together, but they don't stay together long. So this is a quite a hopeful transit because it's short, and it doesn't have to be bad. It can be quite beautiful because Neptune with the sun together makes us very intuitive and empathic. It raises our ability to understand and to feel another's emotion, to feel what another is going through. Now, depending upon who you are and how your energy works, depending upon your level of sensitivity, this could be something you need to know in advance and to plan for. You need to know what people to be around or to not be around, what individuals, what kind of work to be engaged in or not to be engaged in. Knowing that Neptune can impact your sun in this way would have a direct effect on how you express and your ability to express. So this could be in areas of work, right? It could be in relating. Let's dig deeper and find out for you, Aries Ascendant, Aries Rising, where this Pisces 18-degree conjunction happens in your life. This is going to take place. This happens in your 12th house. So 12th house is your dreams. The 12th house is the subconscious. We've been having a lot of discussions about your 12th house actually, because Mercury is retrograding through your 12th house. And I've been asking Aries Ascendant, Aries Risings to chime in and let us know if you've been getting dreams. This could also be more of the dreamy Neptune daydream stuff occurring while you're awake in your consciousness, because that's really what this is. It's the 5D ethereal realm seeking through and the veil coming through and getting a peek of it in the regular everyday 3D existence, the material, the physical, the tangible. It's like we'll get little peeps. So you may be seeing spirit more often. You may be hearing, right? Even, maybe you only hear like right before you go to sleep at night. Maybe you've only, there might be like prime opportunities when you connect with spirit the best, or when you commune with source, spirit, God the best. This may up that frequency a notch because Neptune and the sun together is literally, I have written down, this is when we have the energy of others merging with ours. It is when our awareness of another becomes heightened. So in the 12th house, I would expect to, without a doubt, hear people saying, yeah, I'm getting visits from grandma, or, my friend is here, or, anyway, connecting with those who are on the other side is all 12th house stuff. It's the occult, right? It is that whole big mystery realm of the 5D, right? It's the astral plane and beyond. Merging with another's feelings and emotions. This can also be elevated with people in your everyday life because the 12th house, when we look at the 12th house in the physical world, if you work in areas of like behind the scenes, literally behind the scenes, like say you work for a big studio and you literally are the folks who work behind the curtains, right? You're part of the film crew. That would be behind the scenes. And so the 12th house is that. The 12th house is connected to hospitals, right, to major institutions. Like for a while, I literally worked in a bakery, and oh my God, I never realized that that was the 12th house, because in this particular environment, we literally were behind the scenes, right? It was the bakery of a grocery store. And we were completely in the back. We were the bakers, and we never had contact with the folks out front. And it all of a sudden for me just took on this really strong 12th house energy. And I was just like, don't get me wrong, it was my absolute favorite job in the world. But there was this other connecting thing to that 12th house, which is the merging of the tangible and the non-tangible, that I had to do a crap load of energy work on the place. Like before I would even enter the building, you know, I would have to literally project and set up and cleanse energetically before I could go. And I found that when I did that, it was so much better. It was my all-time favorite job ever. Of course, it takes second place to this. This is like the 12th house, major institutions. So it can just be this doing behind the scenes work, but in groups, you know, and it maybe doesn't mean you're part of a group. It doesn't mean you have to constantly be working in a group, but somehow there's this group activity. There is this behind the scenes. There is this, because it's humanitarian. It's things that we do for the group, because the Pisces is all, the 12th house is all about sacrifice for the greater good, for the whole, for humanity. You know, that is like the esoteric astrology of the 12th house. So when we start weaving some of those definitions in, we get a better understanding. And that's why many times we don't recognize some of the things when they occur, because our perception and our beliefs about what it should look like are different than what they really are, or vice versa. All right, so for Aries ascendant, Aries rising, happening in your 12th house, there can be, like I said, others coming through from the spirit world. Now let's go to the opposite end of that. This is the full moon. One thing though, before I talk about the full moon, be aware of substances. Because of the physical, tangible, people might need help being sleep at night, so they might have to take something. Whether it's chamomile, Calms Forte, or some more serious stuff, Tylenol PM, or they may go even way more serious. There's tons of stuff out there. But you may not need so much of it at this time because of the fact that Neptune is dominating over the sun. Okay? And it is assisting with sleep. And it may not just be sleep issues. When the full moon happens, full moons are all about energy and emotions, and elevated emotions. And well, if you've got this going on over here, this is elevated emotions, but not your own. When the full moon occurs, this is elevated emotions, and it is your own. So it's my emotions and somebody else's emotions. So there could be a lot of confusion, maybe not so much for Aries ascendants. So far, February and March, you guys really literally have the clearest outlooks I've been reading and I've been seeing, honestly. Everybody else's is really, challenging, to say the least. The Virgo energy, that's where the Virgo full moon is at 1937. Full moon's here, Neptune and the sun over here, right? Exactly opposing one another. So this is in the Virgo energy is in your 6th house. Now, if it's not in your 6th house, check the degrees. I'm always saying the degrees because I want you to know. March 6th, March 7th, March 8th. I just realized I forgot to give you dates. That is when the beginning happens with the Neptune and the sun sitting on top of each other. We have Mercury, who is now retrograding in Pisces. But the moments before Mercury stops the retrograde and goes forward is the darkest time, okay? It is when we have Neptune on top of the sun. It is when we have the Virgo full moon opposing all of that. So the dates that I gave you are when you're in deep with Neptune and the sun. When March 9th comes, that is the date of the full moon, all right? That is the day when your emotions get elevated. These are in matters of your health. These are in matters of your pets, your domestic pets, right? Your furry friends. This is about your job too, it could be. It's your day-to-day routines. These are all sixth house keywords. It is where you serve those that you care about. This is the 6th house. 6th house, remember, physical health. Because this all going on down here might be affecting the physical health at the time. Okay, now realize that when the full moon occurs and it opposes Neptune, it is typical to have miscommunications. All right, there's a lot of that going around these days, lots of miscommunications. So realize that there's subconscious emotions of ours that are rising up. Things people say may hurt our feelings, right? We might get easily bruised emotions at this time. And so this is good to know in advance so that you can prepare and know who to surround yourself with. Okay, because we are very sensitive energetically, very sensitive. Pisces is the chameleon. okay? That energy in that 12th house, if you have planets there, that means you are highly sensitive to what other people's feelings and emotions are all the time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. You know who you are. You have that occurring anyway on a regular. Well, it's going to be even stronger now. So you want to prepare. You want to be prepared. Recognizing there could be food sensitivities right now. This is important because you're having the Virgo full moon in your 6th house. So there might be allergies that occur right now for you. Okay, Aries ascendant. One other thing I want to mention is just remember there could be strange moods. That's the big moon opposing Neptune. Strange moods, okay? Because again, there's that mixture of it is the moon, it's transiting, it's moving, right? If you find out where your natal moon, that better is to helps you to understand what's happening when the moon is transiting through that house. But typically because the moon's in Virgo and the Virgo's ruler is Mercury, all you got to do is go find your natal Mercury and helps you to better understand what you're feeling right now when the moon is in Virgo. It'll be a very clear indicator for you, actually. So I hope this has helped. If you have any questions, if I got vague, if I got confusing, I sympathize with, I feel vague and confused right now myself. Go ahead and comment and I will help you to get clarity. Thank you.